Praise be Jesus Christ. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 says there is an appointed time for everything. A number of people have mentioned that perhaps now would be a good time in the church to have a year dedicated to Saint Joseph, a year when we can meditate on the virtues and the life of Saint Joseph. I think this is a brilliant idea for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is Saint Joseph is a man of silence, a man of purity, a man of virtue. And I think what the church needs now more than anything else is a little bit of silence. It's been a heartbreaking year for us as Catholics. So many of us have been shattered over the scandal in the church, the countless allegations, many of which were proven to be true. It's left many of us in shock, confused, disoriented. And it reminds me of what Archbishop Chaput mentioned a few months ago in March of 2019 in an address. He says, quote, "My own frustration over the past few weeks has been fed by German bishops who seem willing to break what remains of church peace and unity, with bad ideas about sexual morality and impressive array of other issues," unquote. And when I read this, I thought to myself, he's so right. He says, what remains of church peace and unity? It has been so difficult for us as Catholics. And I think there should be a call to tone down the pushing of reforms in the church. I know that the Pope Francis's C9 council, now there's 6 people on the council, has been put together to lead the reform of the church. It's led by Cardinal Maradiaga, and reform is good, it's always necessary, but perhaps we can take a little break from these reforms that people are suggesting, and maybe we can just focus on prayer and holiness and getting back to virtue. Because the church is kind of like a body that's really beaten up right now and wounded. And it needs some rest. It needs to heal. I don't think now is the time to be presenting new reforms in the church, especially if it's reforms that involve breaking tradition, breaking the moral law that we've been following for centuries and millennia, to just suggest that now is a time to normalize things that we've never seen as normal and so on. Let us have a time of peace where we can meditate on good things like the virtues of Saint Joseph. Viva Cristo Re.